everybody, long time no upload. To be honest with you, I hate editing video, and so I stopped recording video and just never resumed it. But the reason why I'm actually recording and uploading a new video for the first time in 6 years or so is because I actually just got a new toy delivered to me. I actually had to have it delivered to work because it's not necessarily too big, but the truck that it was being delivered on definitely would not fit down my driveway, and it also showed up at like 12:45 today or something. So I had it delivered to work where I have access to a forklift. So got off of work a little while ago and went back home, grabbed the trailer, and now I'm on my way back. So stay tuned to see what I grabbed. Right, so here it is. If you don't know what that is, I guess you'll find out here pretty soon, but this thing only took 2-3 days to get out of Texas all the way up here to Pennsylvania. They just basically straight shot it right up to Ohio and right across, and here it is. Not strapped down the best, and it's a little banged up, but there is a steel cage under here, so not terrible. So now gotta hop on that thing and get it loaded up on the trailer. Here she is, all loaded up, ain't going nowhere. So time to get her home. Made it back home. I got it as close as I could. I'm too lazy to move that car out of the way, but I gotta clean up in here a little bit more. I actually just cleaned, like, you weren't able to see this floor at all last weekend. I just cleaned all this stuff up, so I gotta get some of this shit cleaned off and then figure out how I'm gonna get that 300-pound crate over there on the back of my truck, off my trailer, across these stones. I don't know if maybe I can just put on that piece of plywood or use a hand truck. I guess it's not heavy, so move some of this shit around and try to get some space in here. Reposition. So getting it over the ledge here just underneath the camera, it's gonna kind of suck. Here's what it is, gotta get in there. Actually, wasn't that bad. Just kind of brute forced it, so. God, that sounds terrible. Wasn't that bad. Definitely done things a little more complicated before, so I'm actually surprised it went so smooth. Let me get my truck out into the driveway now. So here it is in all its glory. It's in the shop. I guess the next step is to actually open this thing up and see what's in here. Now, like I said, it did have a little bit of damage. It looked like maybe the band was a little tight when they put it on when they first shipped it. But aside from that, I don't really see any, like, I've seen pictures of spear marks in the crate. I didn't notice anything like that when I offloaded it, so hoping we're all good. But before I made the purchase on this guy, I did talk to X-Pro. I ordered on Amazon, and I talked to them. I was like, what kind of warranties do you have on this thing? And they said, I think it's 1 year for parts, 6 months or 3 months for engine, and from the date of delivery, you have 7 days to find if anything's busted. I haven't really seen a whole lot of anything saying that stuff was terrible. Usually, like, plastics might be banged up or something. Forks might be damaged. But everything that I had seen online is, in those instances, they've been really responsive and they just send stuff out right away. Now, this is road legal in 48 states. I believe New Jersey and California, since they're basically communist, they don't allow these to be on the road because of emission standards. It is what it is. Doesn't mean that I bet you probably could order one of these into a different state, tag it there, move it to New Jersey, California, use it there. I think they do have a carb compliant one. Not totally sure. Because I don't care. So, it says to leave or keep the crate, original carton, box, or pallet at least 15 days. Probably in case you have to send it back. Whatever, who cares? I'm definitely going to send it back now. Opening it up, you can see there's a little bit of a rub there, a little bit black. That is actually from the ignition console right here. I don't see any wear, really. Didn't look like it wore through the powder coat. A little bit crushed here. It actually is holding here pretty well. They actually clamped the top triple to the crate, so that's kind of interesting. Never seen that before. And here at the back, plastic's a little worn. Looks like it beat up on the box a little bit, but there's like rubber or like a different type of plastic. It's just plastic, like a protector here. There's actually bolt holes underneath of this, from what I understand, to put like a rear rack on. That looks okay. So I guess I can get the rest of the sleeve off of here and check out the rest. That's all off. Front tires here on this side. Don't believe there's anything else holding this on here. It says to keep the carton, make this easier. I'm just going to split it. If I, for whatever reason, have to send this back, it's going to be easy enough to just tape it back together. I don't want to fuck around with this thing too much. This box is huge. Try to knock the camera around there a little bit. Should be enough out of the way. And there's not really a whole lot to look at right now. They did pad up the top of it everywhere except for here, so they probably could do something around the top there. These front forks are actually thick. It's kind of an interesting wire tie. Doesn't look terrible. Definitely moves around a little bit in there. It's kind of tight up against this pole over here. This pole's loose, I can get my fingers through that. This pole over here is actually broke off at the bottom. Around the other side here. Big old dent in the back here. This pole's not touching anything and is also broken. Doesn't look bad though, so do a little bit of a close-up. So like I said, I can get my finger through there. Kind of beat up here at the bottom. Looks like it buckled a little bit. This should just be hardware. That feels like a headlamp or something maybe. And that is the speedometer drive just kind of down there. A little loose. Nothing bad. Has hydraulic front brakes. Inverted forks, that's why it's so thick at the top. This is actually milled. support there. I don't think this is the front axle. I'm pretty sure that's just a shipping axle. I'm not exactly sure what that attaches to up under here. Front tire looks pretty good. Here's those weird wire ties. It's just kind of looked like a battery cable or something, like an 8 gauge or whatever, but it's actually just a really thick wire with a really thick rubber coating on it. And that one's slipped because, like I said, this pole here is busted, but it wasn't touching anything. Stinks. So that would be where the drive goes for the speedometer, odometer. Pretty big brake disc on that guy. Tires have a roughly a 40-60, 40 off-road, 60 on. This one here, like I said, busted. Not touching anything though. Stabilized here at the back. This is just, I believe these are the fork guards for the front. So they look like they're probably okay. And I don't remember if I closed up on that, but the forks are held in with the triple, or to the cage. And that is a big triple. That's pretty far across there. That's beefy. So let's get this thing out of the crate. I believe these are 10 mils. Looks very 10 millish. Let's see if I can't plop this thing on the ground. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here at the top. There is nuts on the back side. So let's see here. Definitely 10 mils on the outside. And it's not super tight, so I can actually just kind of wind those off by hand. This is some nonsense brand that I bought off Amazon super cheap a couple years back. It kind of sucks, but they came with 2 batteries. The first battery is dead already, won't charge. Alright, actually looks like the nuts are actually part of the bars themselves, so you should only need one wrench to remove these. I'm definitely going to hang on to these because these are M8 bolts with flange heads. Very nice. That nut actually came disconnected. That one's toast. So, this bolt over here, the nut actually came unwelded. It broke off from this crossbar here that goes to the triple. So, and it's not crossed there, but it stripped all the threads out. I can't get to it. So, porta band should take care of that. Piece of cake. So it should be all loose. There we go. I was kind of hoping to keep this angle, but this stuff is super thin. It's maybe 3 mil thick. It's not thick. It's junk. Get that out of the way. The rest of these bars off before one of them cracks me in the head. Metal is junk. is what it is. I mean, like I said, it's a $2,200 bike, and you know, I'm sure the budget wasn't real high to crate this thing up. Now, I'm actually going to leave this piece on here. This uses the same 10 mil bolts. Pretty sure these are just shipping bolts that are in the top here. I'm actually going to leave this on because, like I said, I do have a chain fall right above where I'm at, and I got to get the front wheel on this thing somehow. So I'm going to leave it sit right where it is. It's completely out of the crate now, except, like I said before, down there at the bottom at the front forks, that axle or shipping axle, whatever that thing is actually holding this to the crate. I want to get this thing unwrapped and make sure that the rear wheel's where it needs to be. I want to make sure that that shock is there, because it's going to be a lot easier while this front is held down to get that done. So that stuff up out of the way. A little bit of tape here, kind of goes underneath the rear fender. They kind of just stretched it right around there. There is a little bit of a rub mark here, I guess from that bar being loose. This is the exhaust pipe. It's not a big deal. Minor bend. The exhaust, there is an exhaust shield that will eventually screw into here, so who cares? Not a big deal. That tape is stuck to something, so that can sit there for a minute. And yeah, tape wraps around here too. Just two big pieces of foam. It's out. Kind of. It's still in, but it's partially exposed. Went with the black. I figured that was the easiest option. You can get brand new plastics for this thing for like 90 bucks, and it's full plastic, so you know it has the front pieces, everything. So like I said, there is a minor rub there. It did eat into the metal a teeny tiny bit. This looks like it's stainless. Not a major thing. This is just a isolator. A guard will attach to there. That is kind of interesting. I've not seen a exhaust clamp like that before. It does have kickstart on it. That's just there to hold the peg up. It does have rear passenger pegs. I'm not sure what the passenger capacity is on this thing, because I'd never carry passengers, so I don't care. These are definitely the fork guards. Set that off to the side there. That is still holding stuff on. The rear turn signals partially pre-installed. They do have the nut started on there for you, so all you're going to have to do is stick that in, tighten down that nut. Rear turns are on. Let's see what else we got back here. Guess I will take this cable off here. I'm definitely going to keep these things, because I mean, you go to Harbor Freight or Walmart or whatever and get those big twisty tie things, you know, they're like orange or yellow or green or whatever the hell. Those things are expensive, but I don't know. Like, that is a thick wire. It's about a little bit thicker than a coat hanger maybe, but it's flexible, so kind of nice. Wiggle this out here. This here looks like that is the left-hand side tank guard or cowling. Probably not installed because of the tire being there. And this piece here, front fender. these are definitely going to come off. Now, I can't really tell. There's the rear shock down here. And I can't really, yeah, it's disconnected. It's disconnected right here. So the ass end's going to have to get picked up. That's going to have to get attached to the swing arm. Kickstand, that's all good. I don't really see any other damage. There's a little scuff here. Not a big deal. I'm either going to remove these or paint over them. Obviously, they're going to stay on now because it's going to be really nice to try and pick the back end up. I might have to use that guy up there. This is a 5-speed 223. Gives you the shift pattern there. Shifter is not installed. It's probably inside this box. And what else do we got here? This is a holder, I believe, for the cowling right there. Tank looks pretty good. It's a little rubbed up from that foam laying on it, but it is going to come off. This is actually, so this is a steel tank. This is a billet aluminum fuel cap. And the breather does go on top there. It's obviously not installed. This is the OBD port for this thing. So this actually goes to the computer because this is a fuel injected model. So this is kind of important because if you do any tuning, any exhaust upgrades, whatever, you need that to change the tuning on it. Oh, so this is not a headlight. This is the gauges. And got a clutch and a brake. Handlebars, like I said. And this looks kind of wonky down here, but I'm sure it's probably fine since it is through bolted. This is just more of that shitty angle. This is the thickest steel that I have seen so far on this thing. This is how thin this stuff is. This crate is junk. But aside from that, it looks really good. I'm just really curious what this bar here, yeah, looks like it's just bolted to the bottom of the triple, the lower triple. VIN is etched into the head stem on that side. Data plate over on this side. What year is this? Because I've been seeing dates from all over. Data manufacturing, I can't even see that. 12/20/25. This is brand new. Yeah, because right now we're right at the end of March. So this thing is brandy new. From the, what the heck does that say? I can't tell. Chongqing Liang Hongben Motorcycle Manufacturing Co. Limited. Front gross wood tires. 282 pounds. Rear 423. Total gross 705. So you can actually put a fair amount of weight on this thing. I'm surprised. I'm 220 myself, so if I wanted a passenger, I could put a passenger on here. Is this a... No way. I have no idea what that is. I think that, to me, that looks like a USB. That might be for tuning this thing. They might include tunes with this. No fucking way. Owner's manual. Blah, blah, blah. There's your O2 sensor. Throttle body. Fuel injector. Kicker, obviously. Looks like it is full of shipping oil. Because I don't trust oil that comes in stuff when I just buy stuff. You know, when it's brand new. Doesn't matter where it comes from. That is in a really bad spot. You can't get your fingers in there, but it is nice and tight. It is kind of crappy plastic, but this is an XR 150 clone motor. This stuff is thin. It's clean. It's full. All pluses. These things have freaking labels all over them. I have to take all that off. I cannot get this thing to thread back in here. Probably because that O-ring walked her way down there. Oh yeah, that's much better. So yeah, I need to get the rest of this thing out of here. But for right now, I think that's going to be the end of this video. I at least wanted to get down the basics of removing this thing out of its cage. Now is going to be assembling. So hang tight. Keep an eye out for the next installment. I might just upload it right after this. Depends on if I feel like uploading anything. But so far, this looks like a really nice bike. So I just realized as I'm finishing editing up this video that I did not shoot an outro bit. So just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. And I will see you in the next video where I put all this together.